he's everybody's sweetheart. And that's pretty much why I call him Princess. Everybody wants to give a nice warm round of applause for our good buddy, Robert Fata. Yeah!
How about John Buddha Nunez, everyone?
Oh, this is nice.
We call him John Buddha because John, fat, unfunny fucker, was already taken by John Hyatt. John Hyatt, or as I call him, Fat Griggs. Now, what an honor it is to be here at JJ's for the roast of John Griggs. What was Chuck E. Cheese booked? Seriously? This is like the 38th year and 10-month anniversary of John Griggs' birth, and the 38th year and 7-month anniversary of John Griggs' mother's first abortion. And quite frankly, despite all that, not only is Griggs still here, but we're giving him a roast. Celebrating Griggs' career with a roast is like celebrating Sarah Palin's second retarded child with a vice presidency.
There it is.
Let's face it, John Griggs is to comedy what John Buddha is to hygiene. Speaking of Buddha, I'd like to speak philosophically, if I may, for a moment, because life is a causal game of balance. Like if you eat too much sugar, you'll become diabetic, and then you can't eat sugar. If you have a very rainy summer, you're going to have a really dry winter. So when something as historic and empowering as the election of Barack Obama happens, something equally unhistoric and unempowering has to happen. And tonight is that event. The John Griggs roast is like the complete opposite of Barack Obama's election. So much, in fact, that at the end of the show tonight, we'll be selling Dietrich Shelton into slavery.
Back of the bus.
Oh.
How nice that we put the black guy at the back of the show.
I just so happen to own a cocktail.
By the way, what a wonderful roast panel we have here tonight. This is the who's who of who. For example, who's Mario Herrera? Mario Herrera sounds like the name Lorena Torres uses to get into gentlemen's clubs. By the way, for those of you who don't know Lorena Torres, she looks like what you would get genetically if the X chromosome fucked a Y chromosome that melted. And speaking of genetic defects, where's Florentino? If there's anyone who needs a better name, it is Florentino. He sounds like a Filipino from Florence. That's not funny, but neither is Florentino. Let's see. Larry Kenny, Randy Hausner, and Keith Curtis, or as they're known in the dating community, the Unfuckables. Randy Hausner, you truly are an inspiration to me. I mean, because I know this has been like a difficult couple of years for you, and yet you still work through it and you come out smiling, and that's amazing. But not only that, you're a real humanitarian, and by that I mean you eat people. Now, Larry, Randy, and Keith all had shows on a television station called Cox 98. Not to be confused with Amy Donahue's new film, 98 Cox.
I wish.
Its alternate title was The Bitter Asshole, but it didn't sell because everyone thought it was going to be the new Tony Stark DVD. Say that for later. I'll be honest, I don't know Chi-Town Bones, and after seeing him tonight, I have to say ignorance is bliss. I recently had the privilege to see Kurt Buckout perform because the line to leave was too long. That was actually one of Kirk's better performances, considering Steve Maxwell's hand wasn't up his ass. Which is ironic considering where Steve Maxwell's head usually is.
Nice.
Jim Holland is not here, so let's not jinx it. I noticed that Cass McPherson is here, and I love Cass, but her website is called laughyourcassoff.com. Laugh your Cass off. Well, Cass, I tried. You came back. Your next website should be called askcasstoleave.com. Billy Bowers, wow. You're here, you're wearing the striped shirt. You know, they see stripes are very slimming, and they're wrong. Either that or they're just some fat fucking stripes. And Jenna.
Yeah.
Jenna Naberkowski. I'll be honest, until today I didn't know you had a name. You were just always Griggs' girlfriend. And because I'll be honest, it's easier for us as people who work with Griggs on a regular basis to think of you as just Griggs' girlfriend, because that's just, you know, someone who's on the planet specifically to keep Griggs away from the rest of us. But now that you have a name, it's like, I don't know, that means that there's actually someone out there who wants to spend time with this man.
Voluntarily.
I'll be voluntarily, no less. And here's the thing. Before I know who you were, my first thought, like I remember when I first met you, I was like, wow, I wonder how much Griggs paid to get her here tonight. And then my second thought, you know, after a while, then I realized, obviously, that's Griggs' sister. I mean, it has to be. It's a similar cranial structure, the glass is. It's the only thing that makes sense. Now, as was mentioned earlier, Tony Stirp is not here. But this is a joke he would have told had he been here.
Oh, no.
I like to think of John Griggs as like the mascot to Arizona comedy, all right? Like a lot of our other mascots in Arizona, you don't really know why we would pick John Griggs as our mascot. Like, why is a gorilla the mascot for the Suns? Why is a bobcat the mascot for the Diamondbacks? What does John Griggs have to do with comedy? All right, it wasn't funny when he said it either. I promised I wouldn't do one of these because everyone else did, but what the hell? I'm going to do a what's the difference joke. I'm not very good at these. Here we go. What's the difference between John Griggs and a really shitty comic?
What?
I've got nothing. That's it for me, everyone.